And Mile Falls and Springdale, they offer comprehensive medical, dental, pharmacy, and behavioral health services tailored to meet each patient's needs. Their team is committed to helping individuals and families live their healthiest lives. For more information or to schedule an appointment, you can call 509-935-6004. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven-fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Programming on KCHW is supported by Parkview Senior Living in Colville, Washington. Parkview offers assisted living services for seniors, including care planning, help with daily routines, and meals served in the community dining room. Parkview Senior Living is located at 240 South Silky Road in Colville. Additional information is available at parkviewsl.com or by phone at 509-684-5677. Thank you, Parkview Senior Living, for your support of KCHW 102.7.
This is KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to
Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW. Chewelah.
Wake up, hot microphones.
Hot microphone.
Are we on camera?
We are.
Good morning.
About to play your favorite song.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the KCHW Morning Show. It is Wednesday, November 12th. We are here in the studio with myself, Chuck Ritchie. Of course, we have the ever-lovely Sharon Ludwig and the ever-lovely Paula Randall here today for our Wednesday local roundup.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the second half of the show, we have a very special guest. We have Mr. Andrew Ross. He is the new part of the new ownership of the Drive-In Theater, the AutoView Theater in Kettle Falls, the Alpine Theater in Colville, as well as the new Barman store that just reopened in Colville. And he's going to be here talking about some of that stuff and the Colville Thanksgiving Parade that's coming up.
Yay, so exciting.
Yeah, they're going to be doing some cool stuff with that. He was telling me a little bit about it the other day, and as well as gave me an amazing history tour of the Barman's building.
Yeah, you keep rubbing that in.
I know,
keep
right?
Rubbing that in, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm bragging a little bit. It was cool.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk
Beautiful
about the
facility.
Northern Lights last night.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You know, I had probably 4 or 5 people message me, "You got to go outside right now and check this out." And I went outside, like I said, like 3 or 4 times. I saw nothing.
Oh, you just don't know how to look, man.
I didn't see a thing.
There should be, and they were saying that there were photographs. My friend in Tucson, Arizona, took a picture. They could see the northern lights all the way down in Tucson.
Wow.
And so they are all across North America. You can see them if there's clear sky. Here's the thing, though. You have to put your phone in night mode.
Mm-hmm.
So put your phone in night mode. Set your...
How do you do that?
I sent out a blog. I sent out a post, so I'll have to find that and share how to do that later. But it's different for the iPhone and the Droid.
Yeah.
Or the 2 different types of phones.
Google can tell you.
Your phone in night mode will see the northern lights before your eyes will.
Right.
So you put your phone up and you look through your phone, and then once you know where you're looking, you can usually see, like last night they were strong enough that you could see the red band and you could see the rippling waves of white and not white but green.
Yeah.
And you could see a little bit of the other colors. It was amazing, and it was really early last night. It was at like 8:40 they started showing up. And usually you see the northern lights at, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. It's got to be a late night passion.
The most magnificent thing I ever saw with the Northern Lights, I lived in Alaska for many years. I was doing catering, and we were at a wedding at the golf course in Anchorage, and there's this beautiful large deck that sort of sits atop a hill overlooking the greens in the golf course. Really beautiful sight. And if you've ever seen like National Geographic of like the brightest northern lights you could ever possibly see.
Yeah.
Like that, completely 100% visible to the naked eye, probably 3 or 4 or 5 different colors dancing across the entire sky. So bright, it created, you could actually see like daylight outside.
Wow.
And when you get like that, if you've never really been in a really like crazy northern light shower, you can feel the static electricity. And it was just the hairs on your arms stand up and you can feel the crackles. And it was as they were on the porch afterwards doing the whole garter belt thing.
Oh.
And they got all of their wedding photos.
With the northern lights.
With one of the most incredible northern lights shows ever.
Wow.
Behind them as their wedding photos. And just what a magical experience that must have been for them.
That is so cool.
Well, is this phenomenon different now? Because I can remember being younger thinking you had to go to Alaska to see the northern lights, that they weren't available down here in the...
It's all about the geomagnetic storms, right? So our sun has seasons just like we do in a way. They have a season of 11 years where the sun has a lot of activity, and then it goes into an 11-year passive activity. So we are ending our 11-year season of activity, and right now, if you look at space.com or if you look at any of the Hubble or any of the space things, NASA you can't go to because they're not up right now. They will show you that there's a hole. It's not like really a hole, but there's a hole in the corona of the sun, and it's emitting a lot of very powerful storms, and they happen to be directed at Earth, which of course is what is happening. It's the electromagnetic storms from the sun hitting our atmosphere that cause the northern lights. So there probably were some when you were younger. It's just that if you don't know to go out and look, we have more information now about when to look up. So unless you have a really bright activity happening, you're not going to look. And of course, we didn't have the phones. We didn't have the technology back then. Because I was pulling people from the theater last night saying, look, look, look. And until I showed them on my phone where to look, I'm like, here's that bright band of red, look up. Then they were able to see it. But it did take me a little of, check this out. And then your eyes have to adjust and you have to know what you're looking for. But to the naked eye last night, you could see the band of red. You could see the rippling waves of the green. It was quite phenomenal. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, plus, the cameras that we all have in our pockets now are better than the most high-end professional cameras from 50 years ago.
Exactly. They're amazing. So I'd love to see everybody's pictures. Send them, post them, send them to us here. I know that Chewelah News and Information, Beauty of Stevens County, everybody is submitting pictures about the amazing shots they got last night. So would love to see them.
Post them in your comment. Post them in the comments if you have
That's
them.
what I'm hoping.
I saw my dad talking about storms in the past, if we've seen them. I remember my whole life I've heard the story that the night I was born in the Tri-Cities. I was born at the Catholic Hospital in Richland. And
They had
said
northern
that,
lights?
Yeah, the night that I was born was a really bright, vibrant northern light shower.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. So they have been here for many years. It just
Yeah.
I know.
Just somehow in my brain, I thought you had to go to Alaska, when I was younger.
Yeah, we all
yeah.
did. We all did.
Oh.
I know.
They get great showers in shows in Norway and any of the alpine areas.
I do have to say, there was recently some footage posted of white northern lights coming from Finland.
Wow.
And those are fake. They are not real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought they were. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I've never seen white. And then, all of the officials and people at B are like, this is AI. This is fake. There are no such things as white. So.
I just could imagine early humans standing
Right?
out, observing these things, and
awe.
just wondering what in the world is happening.
Yeah. Is the Earth coming to an
Right?
end? Yeah.
Or what is doing this? And even from the primitive, I mean not even primitive. I mean up till the last couple hundred years before we had any idea what this even could be.
I think our ancient ancestors were smarter than we give them credit for.
Oh, absolutely.
Because these phenomena, especially the northern climes, would have been regular. But maybe they were blessings from the gods, or maybe they were seasonal, heads up kind of, the seasons are I don't know. But I think they were smarter than we give them credit for.
There's a lot of knowledge too. I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, flat earthers, close your ears. No offense. But they're even before we grew up here, and back in the day they used to think the Earth was flat. No, they didn't. That was in the 1500s during the Dark Ages when they had these ideas. Oh, the Earth is flat. No, before then everybody knew the Earth was round.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of. We look back at the ancient civilizations, and exactly.
There was a brief period where people thought the Earth was flat, and then people were like, "No, it's not." Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
that wasn't directed at people today. I'm talking historically.
Speaking of weather and whether or not we will be able to see the northern lights,
yes,
it looks like we're going to have cloudy skies. So we have our weather today. Today, of course, again is November 12th. Looks like we're going to have a high of 48 degrees with rain showers this morning and overcast skies during the afternoon. And then in the evening, we will have cloudy skies with a low of 40 degrees, a 10% chance of rain mixed with snow, it says. What is that?
Shh.
There's a little snowflake on the screen. All right, but it's probably just going to be rain. Thursday, the 13th, we have a high of 49, a low of 42, again with rain, 76% chance of rain in the daytime, and then 55% in the evening. So rain showers in the evening becoming more intermittent. And that is tomorrow, the 13th. Friday, the 14th, we'll have a high of 50 degrees, a low of 41 with morning showers. Saturday, the 15th, we'll have a high of 51, a low of 42 with cloudy skies, and a 24% chance of rain. Looks like that 24% chance of rain is all day, both in the afternoon and throughout the evening. Sunday, the 16th, we have a high of 51 degrees. 38 degrees is our low with evening showers. Monday, we have a high of 48, a low of 34, partially cloudy skies, 24% chance of rain. Tuesday, the 18th, we have a high of 45, a low of 32, partially cloudy skies, and again, 24% chance of rain. Wednesday, the 19th, we have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 43, a low of 31, and again, 24% chance of rain. So for 3 days in a row, we have a 24% chance of rain. It looks like those chances are a bit higher in the evenings. On the 19th, we have cloudy with rain and snow showers listed in the forecast, and that is in the evening.
So snow showers makes me think about snow tires. And is there a day when we can get them on? Was that the 15th?
Studded tires?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would think if there's snow in the forecast, even if it's no, I'm not going to recommend that.
I think there are a specific
I know
day.
there's dates.
We have an official PM snow showers, Wednesday the 26th.
Okay.
High of 36, a low of 23 with evening snow showers, 30% chance of snow.
And so that's the day before Thanksgiving, right? So people that are traveling.
2 days, right? Isn't it the 27th?
Yeah, it's the 27th.
This is Wednesday.
I was thinking, that'd be kind of cool, get all cozy on Thanksgiving. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people traveling.
Yeah. Yeah, and just yesterday they were saying how many flights had been canceled just lately, and so.
Well, yeah, because the FCC, or not the FCC, because of the government shutdown.
Yeah, and so they're really concerned about the holiday traveling. Yeah.
Don't say that. I have to fly on Monday.
Well, they're having the who I don't have it in front of me, but was it the Senate that passed the new budget bill, or was it the House?
Somebody did. I heard that in the wind, but I don't know.
But
which
the other side has to vote for it today. So
yeah.
So
we'll see.
We'll see what
They
happens
had to
there.
recall the House.
Yeah.
6 or 7 Democratic senators went in and signed the bill. All senators that were either retiring or not looking to run again. But yeah, they did pass something to try and get funding for the air traffic controllers. It's not full funding, right? But at least there is some funding going through. And of course, SNAP was supposed to have been funded, but we'll still see how that's going. But yeah.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean,
despite opposition to pay it.
Right. It's so funny because I mean the air traffic controllers have been working without pay for over a month, 41 days.
Right.
And
Who
a
can
lot of
afford
them
that?
had to get other jobs. I mean, they couldn't. They have to support their families. So.
And as glamorous as air traffic controlling is, it's not
super stress. Yeah.
It's not a thing you probably get rich at. I mean, I'm sure they pay well, but I can't
stress,
imagine.
yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, there's very few people that can go a month without any kind of salary coming in.
Exactly. But shout out to Bus 13. We're talking about you guys. You have to let us know, right? For breakfast today's waffles, of course. Waffles and sausage, fruit or juice. Fruit breakfast parfait with granola, fruit or juice. And a variety of cereal with cheese sticks or yogurt and fruit and juice. And then for lunch today, you guys are going to have... Is it really? We're having the walk-in taco. I just see a guy dressed up in a taco suit walking around with rice and beans, fruit and veggies, and of course...
Tacos, get your tacos.
Right?
Piping hot tacos right here.
And this is after they've had 2 days off. They had yesterday off for Veterans Day and Monday off before that. So thank you to all of our vets out there. But yeah, so today's going to be walk-in taco, rice and beans, fruit and veggies, and of course, milk is offered daily.
Absolutely. Got to have your milk.
Gotta have your milk.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and check out who has
I was going to say.
some birthdays today. You ready?
I am.
All right, so today on our Tula Valley Lions Club calendar, we only have one name on here today, and that is Jerry Schlatter with a birthday.
Ooh,
so happy birthday, Jerry.
Ready?
Paula has a song for you.
Happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday, yay, yay!
And Jerry is one of those names that, depending on how you spell it, it could be a boy or it could be a girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my mom had two best friends. Well, she had lots of friends, but two of her best friends. She had a best friend named Jerry, and she had a best friend named Michael, both female. Both,
yeah.
And it was, as a child, I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, was Jerry spelled with a G? Because usually it's short for Geraldine, and so it's.
Oh, it might have been.
And so it's spelled with a G, where Jerry. I don't know if Jerry with a J is short for anything.
Right. Well, I think some people they changed it to the J because it's short for Gerald.
Oh, yeah. Sure, Gerald and Gerald.
But then
Geraldine.
they change it to the J. I guess I don't.
Yeah.
How does a guy named Richard get their nickname?
I don't know.
That doesn't even make sense to me. What does one have to do with the other?
Yeah.
I noticed you're not saying the nickname.
I'm not saying the nickname.
And I think
just because.
I think that Sally is a nickname for Sarah, which doesn't make sense either.
Because Sally's also an actual name.
Yeah. Yes, because I have nieces that are sisters that are Sally and Sarah. So.
Does Sally go by Sarah as a nickname? And Sally?
No.
Gosh, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, my brain just went sideways. I can't do that anymore. All right. Well, happy birthday, Jerry. Let's go ahead and get onto our community calendar unless you got something else you want to talk about first.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops.
She touched her microphone.
So that's my next my project that I keep saying I'm going to do is replace that cable.
Let's see. 3 weeks in a row.
At least.
I know, right?
At least.
Well, today.
For a while we were using every single cable we own for Nevermore. So now that we've got all that disassembled, I've got some extra cables I can use.
Yeah, that's good. Today's Wednesday, November 12th. We start the day with the radio, but then we go over to soft pickleball at the JMS gym, and that's from 9 to 11, especially for 18 and over, or it is for 18 and over. You have to be 18 to do the inside pickleball because of insurance requirements. Yeah.
It's not because they don't love you.
No.
It's because the insurance isn't going to let
Yeah.
them do it.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
And then today is a big day. It's the second Wednesday, and it's Chill with the Chamber at noon at
Yes.
Fired Up Pizza.
Yeah,
And
is this the first one that they did it? Or
this is the first one.
oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. And so, and that will be, I assume, in the back room, unless they get such a crowd that they have to move out to the front.
I hope so. You know, I think this will be a great event. I know there's a lot of people that would love to get involved with the chamber, but that 7 a.m. thing is a little inaccessible for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And it's not a chamber meeting.
No.
It is it's a social thing, a social gathering, just to sit and chill and talk about ideas. But I love it. I think it's great.
But they will be bringing you information about what's going on with the chamber and what they're involved with, so that you know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will not be bringing you food. You have to get your own food.
Yes.
But it is what do they say? The good vibes are free.
Yeah.
So no, I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping the town gets a good turnout for that.
Isn't that a song? Good vibes are free. The
I
good
don't know, but
vibes are
if
free.
they aren't, you
If-
should write it.
If it's not, it is now.
Yeah.
I just heard you singing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then tonight also is bingo at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 7, and that's an every week thing.
Speaking of the chamber, today is the deadline to get your items into the chamber. Get those into Chloe. You can email info@chewila.org if you're a chamber member and you have an item to be submitted to the newsletter. And Chloe over there is awesome. I contacted
She's
her
awesome.
yesterday and said, hey, I have something I need to put in the newsletter. And she's like, yeah, I know. I saw it. It's already in there. I'm like, okay. Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate that.
And then tomorrow, Thursday, is, let's see, well, I was going to try to put this chronologically during daytime. Senior Bunko, second and fourth Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The girls' pickleball, 5:30 in the evening. And that isn't little girls, that's women's pickleball. The Oasis has karaoke on Thursdays every week at 8:30 with a DJ. And this is the second Thursday that from November through February, trivia and beer at 6:30 p.m. at Quartzsite Brewery. $20 for 3 rounds, teams of 5 or less, and it's hosted by the Chewila Valley Land Trust.
We need to get a team together.
Yeah, we do. Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't ask me, because you know how I am. My brain does not engage until, if we could push a pause on it so that I had time to think. I keep thinking that when I'm watching Jeopardy in the evenings. I should just pause it and then try to come up with the answer, because I'm not very quick at, yeah, anyway, yeah.
I was going to say, I bet you do have the answers.
Well,
You-
eventually, sometimes,
Once
in a while.
I think Jeopardy kind of got our family through COVID, because we watched Jeopardy every single day during COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we would go back and watch past seasons, and we got on like a Jeopardy binge, and we would just
So you guys are like the
binge
trivia
watch
people.
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I love trivia.
Yeah.
I'm-
We record it so that we can fast forward through the commercials, which
Oh, yeah.
we don't want to tell our commercial people those kind of things, but yeah.
I don't know how good I am at trivia, but I do love it.
Yeah.
I am a wealth of useless knowledge.
We will have to get a team. We need one more person. If it's me, you, Laura, Daniel, we need one more person. Right? Teams of 5?
Well, it says 5 or less.
Okay.
So
All right.
if you want one more brain, you need to find somebody else. But if you think you can do it by yourself, you could.
Who do we know that's really smart?
Blake.
Oh, I don't think he's here right now. He's traveling.
Oh, man. Okay, who else do we know that's
Well,
right?
I saw him the other day. Didn't I see him at first Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've taken off since then?
Maybe. Well, we
Maybe.
don't need to talk about his travel plans on the air, but yeah, I'm not sure if he's here.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's probably not. Anything else
We did-
happening on Thursday that I'm missing out on? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes, there was something.
We have the Chewila Rural Caucus will be holding a food drive for Chewila Food Bank on Thursday, November 13th. Please bring your food and donations to the UCC Church, corner of East 10th, Webster Avenue in Chewila. The food bank is in need of meat and, of course, money. So for those who like to write checks, you can mail them to Chewila Rural Caucus. The food bank will send a receipt to the name and address on the check. Other donations will be taken to the food bank by the CRC. Trucks will be there to deliver the food before the 11 a.m. opening of the food bank. So it's from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then the food bank is open every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursdays. And there is a line. So if you are going to pick up food, definitely go. Don't be hungry. Be aware that you might have to wait just a little bit, but they'll get to you as soon as they can. Also, Thursday is diaper distribution going on over at St. Mary of the Rosary Parish Hall, and that's from 10 a.m. to 11:30. And that is once a month, right? Is it once a month or twice a month? Once a month.
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Yeah, no, once a month you can go and you can get diapers from, again, St. Mary of the Rosary Parish Hall.
Yeah, I do believe that is once a month. I think it's the second Thursday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cool program they're doing. There's a whole list of the different qualifications, and not qualifications, but different age diaper sizes and age limits and everything.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I have for Thursday. Do you guys have anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So we'll go into Friday, and we're going to start the morning with karaoke for those of you who can get up at 7 a.m. No, you have to get up before 7 a.m. because it starts at 7 a.m.
Karaoke?
Karaoke does not start at 7 a.m. What are you reading?
So I'm looking, oh my goodness. I was reading, that shows you my brain. I was reading Chamber, and somehow my brain still picked up karaoke up here.
Man, the Chamber is really branching out on your activities.
I'm like, whoa, go Chamber.
You got a new luncheon, karaoke at 7 a.m.?
Okay. My brain said Chamber. And so if my mouth said something different, I am sorry. I have to apologize. That's how people get recorded saying the wrong thing because their brain thinks they said something.
Right?
You get up at 7 a.m., you do a little, sort of like those, you do the icebreaker games, where you do a little karaoke. I love it.
That would be a heck of a way to wake
silly. Oh, anyway, Chamber.
Maybe that's something for those fifth Fridays. You can start doing the Fifth Friday meetings. And it's Chamber karaoke.
That is awesome. I love that.
Out at the casino, and it is 7 a.m., and it's for all nonprofits, businesses, citizens. We have people who have come from Deer Park, from Colville, people who want to know what's going on in Chihuahua. We have regulars, and we have people who just drop in once in a while.
Yeah.
And you can do either one. Or, like we said earlier, you can go today to the chamber meeting at noon at the...
Fired Up Pizza.
Thank you. Fired Up Pizza. Then, after you're through with the chamber, you can go to adult pickleball again at the JMS gym, the old gym, and that's from 9 to 11.
So I wanted so the old middle school, it was Jenkins Middle School and Jenkins, so it was already closed by the time I moved here. But it was Jenkins Middle and High School?
Yes. So down where the
did
the
they run out of names?
No.
I'm sorry, kidding. Sorry.
No, the property was given to him by Colonel Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
And they had both schools there because it was small enough.
I got you.
Down where the I'm
man.
hearing something.
Yeah, that's. Well then, I'm gonna turn off your mic for just a second because we don't want to blast everybody's ears. Yeah.
Cool. So I will go ahead and keep going on Friday the 14th. So after adult pickleball at the middle school, we will also have arts and entertainment curtain call, an evening of 1X going on, opening on Friday night at the Center for the Arts, starting at 7 p.m. and going to 9 p.m. This is an amazing evening of a bunch of short one-act plays. So there are plays that are going to make you laugh. There are plays that are going to make you cry. Seriously, there are plays that are going to make you go, aww. Amazing acting, amazing plays.
But not ones that are going to make you angry.
No.
I'm
going through the list. I know nothing that should make you angry. Really, really wonderful. Just a lot of fun. There's just, I have to talk about the car. There's a play about people buying a new car.
Oh.
And we all can relate to this experience. It's hysterical. I love it. There's a play about people meeting over a bench, having something new in the area. There is a fun, hysterical thing about what happens if you die and you go to heaven and you can't get into heaven because you can't remember your password.
That would, oh man.
Right?
And you can't bring your phone with you,
And
so you
can't
can't
bring
have your
anything with
passwords.
exactly. So you're stuck trying to figure out how to get into heaven.
Oh, that is
There's
funny.
a wonderful story that's a continuation of a story
Man, I
about
created that password in a past life. How am I going to remember that?
And that's the whole joke right there. But a wonderful journey of a couple and their love story. There's a hysterical thing where two people get stuck in a Ferris wheel. I mean, there's something for everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, I have a fear of heights, and I get a little claustrophobic. And to me, there's nothing exciting about getting stuck in a Ferris wheel.
Well, I don't know. Claustrophobic, usually Ferris wheels are open.
Yeah, but you get that feeling. One of my worst fears is being stuck on an elevator.
Yeah, that would be
I
awful.
just don't like it.
And
I don't
so
like the
you
idea.
can get those tickets
Sorry.
at Acres Valley Drugstore or online at hour.show/curtain call. And so you can get them at the door, we think. We haven't sold out yet. So,
Yeah, get your tickets now.
yeah.
But you might sell. They
Well,
you
we'd
usually
like
do.
we'd like
Yeah,
to, you know, we have, but and with the way the seating is, you can't count on because there's limited seating because we have seating in the round, which is a fun
Yeah.
experience.
It is.
Yeah. But also that day, we kind of missed in the afternoon at 2 p.m. at the Chihuahua Center, Senior Center, is the Chihuahua Farmers Market annual meeting.
Yes.
And that is important if you want to be part of the farmers market, you want to know more about it or anything. You can just go to that. It's hosted by the community supporting Chihuahua's Farmers Market.
And after a year of one of the biggest, most well-attended, most profitable, you put most in front of any of the markers, and it happened this year at the Friday market.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing market. I do miss them. And what was even more tragic about our market this year is the last day of the market was not the last day for the donuts.
I know.
That hurt. I mean, they need to
weren't
put
there
out
for
signs.
the last day.
Yeah,
Let people
the
know
last-
ahead of time. No.
They seriously. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a box, and they weren't there, and
You
it
talk
hurt.
about buying a bunch and stick them in the freezer.
And I couldn't do that because they
Right?
were not there.
I do have to say, though, I'm going to get up on a little soapbox for a second. I think
Okay.
farmers markets across the country, especially as we move on and try to get away from industrialized farms and whatever in our food and try to be more careful about what we eat and shop locally. Farmers markets are going to have been in the past, and I think really are making a resurgence as a major place where people get your groceries. You buy
Yeah.
local things. You buy gifts. You buy
Yeah.
community celebrations. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing this because I think farmers markets are what we need in this country.
I think so. And then just to kind of go on that as well, a lot of the vendors sell year round. So, the places where you got your meats and you got your cheeses, obviously, and eggs, a lot of those places are year round. And if you have their contact info, you can still get your farm fresh produce or your farm fresh meat items
Exactly.
locally.
Yeah, when you're at the market, don't just if they have
Yeah.
cards out, make sure you grab a card
grab
and
the
keep
card.
a stack of those cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then we go on to Saturday.
Saturday.
November 15th, which there's a couple of big things happening. The
There
Curtain
is.
Call, a night of one acts. Now, this is different than any other time. They're having their matinee on Saturday and not on Sunday. So if you show up for an evening on Saturday, there will be no one there.
Right.
You need to show up at for the 2 o'clock show, which means the doors will open at 1:30, and then on Sunday there's no matinee. If you show up for a matinee, no one's going to be there. So it's a 7 o'clock show. That's a little different than we've ever done before.
Yeah. I kind of like that because I tend to procrastinate on things, and a lot of times it's like, oh no, I need to go see this show, and it's the last day, and for
And
me,
you missed the 2 o'clock show.
for me anyway, on a Sunday, 2 a.m. might as well be 7 a.m. because
It's not 2 a.m. It's 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Because
Yeah.
getting me out of the house before 2 p.m. on a Sunday is a chore.
Yeah. So, and then also, the Mystiqua Hotel is having their Comic Con.
The
it's a
Quartzsite-
mini con.
The Quartzsite mini con.
Yeah. And that's right in the Chihuahua paper, which is kind of fun. They just have everything.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
So you're going to tell us about that.
there's
'cause
going
I'm
to be
gonna find it.
vendors. There's going to be a few authors there with doing book signings. That's a
Right.
surprise. You got to show up and see who's going to be there.
You can dress up. There's a cosplay contest. There's D&D one-shots, which means you can go to a table and you can play a quick game of D&D, which is awesome. They're going to have Magic the Gathering and Pokemon tables set for play. There's no entry fee, which is huge.
Right?
Because usually you have to pay to get into the Comic-Cons. So for this mini-con, you don't. You're just going to go and enjoy yourself. And as Chuck said, there's vendors, there's authors doing signings.
Plant Q Barbecue is going to be there.
Mm-hmm. And they also they're accepting non-perishable food items for the Chihuahua Food Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can do other things and do
Exactly.
that. I've never been to one of these kind of things. It is okay to drop in and then leave,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of people stay the whole day, but you don't.
Yeah.
You can go in and cruise around. And
Yeah.
So the D&D one-shot tables, I have a little more information about that. So they will have character sheets, pre-filled character sheets available if you
Nice.
don't, if you're not an experienced game player or don't want to bring your own. But you can also bring your own characters.
But they can only be like level 2 or
yeah,
something.
nothing above a level 2. And I've actually had a few people ask me about that. So yes, you can bring your own characters. Nothing above a level 2, which I'm not a D&D player. I'm fascinated by it, but I've never learned. I've never played D&D.
Oh my gosh.
You know, in the 90s, I was a football player. There were social norms, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I do think it's cool. D&D
It's a
is
lot
awesome.
of fun. It's a fun game of imagination.
You know mostly what it is. So I've purchased D&D starter kits. We've purchased everything and instruction books. Instruction books for D&D are like encyclopedias.
Yes.
And I've watched videos on how to play, and it seems
You're putting way too much into it.
very
Your first game,
overwhelming. But
you
I
just
think
jump in.
I think it's one of those things you need to just start playing.
Yeah, you just jump in.
like a board game. Could you imagine having to read?
Yeah, I do that because I have board games. Because I
Yeah.
have board games on every subject because we do game schooling.
You know what I do? I let other people in the room read the instructions. And then I'm like, just let me know when we're ready to start, and tell me what to do when I roll the dice.
Yeah.
Poor Sharon's over here like, I have more.
Sorry, Sharon.
It's okay. Sunday, of course, we have All Ages Blues Jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza with the dinosaurs. And curtain call, like we said, 7 p.m. Sunday night. Then Monday.
Wait.
Okay.
We have something else on Sunday. The Mystiqua Holiday Showcase is going on Sunday.
Oh.
And so this is for November, of course, is Indigenous Persons Month. And they are having their holiday showcase on, my calendar is slowing down here, but it is on Sunday.
Okay.
So definitely go to the Mystiqua for that and check it out. Oh my gosh, come on. Open. Well, now my computer has frozen. No.
So really quick, while you're doing that, I want to go back to the Minicon for just a second and thank them for being a sponsor for KCHW. They are
nice.
Their event is sponsoring us for the week. So thank you guys for that.
Very cool. All right, so let me open this up again and see if we can get it here. What? Okay. Well, we're having technical difficulties now.
And so Monday, we're going to keep on going. Pickleball, 9 a.m., single deck pinochle, 5 p.m. at the Senior Center. And Sporties is doing a free spaghetti with beef and vegetable sauce and bread. And it was on Facebook.
is.
The first 150 people or till they run out of free spaghetti. They said, bring your own container if you have one, or no problem if you don't. It starts at 1 p.m. Monday, the 17th, until all are served.
Wow.
Wow, that
Is
is
that a
awesome.
fun thing?
How
Is
fun.
that eat in or like bring a container and bring it home?
I don't know. They just, on the Facebook, it said bring your own container.
Wow.
So I don't
That's
know if
incredible.
it's eat in or take home. Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
really cool.
Yeah.
Is there an occasion for that, or is there a reason behind it?
Well, I don't know. It didn't say. Wasn't further. I just saw that yesterday on Facebook and thought, well, that's sure nice of Jesse to do something like that.
That's very cool. I love
Yeah.
that.
All right, so for Sunday, I do have the holiday marketplace at
Oh, good.
Mystiqua up. So Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., it is free. The perfect shopping experience in time for the holidays. So there will be featuring the works of local tribal artisans and non-tribal members. Will be on-site selling and showcasing their unique goods. So it's a great place to go check out gifts for the holidays, and it will be held in our hotel event center at Mistaqua. I'm
Which
just reading
is
from the show.
huge. That event center is huge.
Yeah, so from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So definitely go check that out. Sunday.
Yeah,
All right.
that'll be kind of fun because I know last year they did it, but they actually did that in the casino portion of it, and this year they're moving it to the new hotel,
there'll be more vendors.
which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. And then just in the future, we'll just highlight a couple things. The Warren Miller's Snow Society, however you.
Snow Society, I like that.
They're doing,
They are going to have films on Friday and Saturday, the 21st and 22nd, and that's a fundraiser for their their winter sports, 49 North Winter Sports Foundation. I can't
feel like I
even
should
read.
be feeding you coffee.
Sheesh. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Did we tell everyone about the cheese making class?
Not yet.
No.
That was
Oh,
also
okay.
on Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I missed that.
That is over here.
Cheese.
So on Sunday the 16th, we have the soft cheese making class. That's going on at the Quartzsite Learning Center at 106 West Lincoln. And you can learn how to make a versatile soft cheese for your family or get together. You'll get detailed instructions on making a cow version of chèvre. I don't know how to say it.
Right.
that you
Sounds good
can
enough to me.
use plain or savory or sweet, just in time for all those holiday gatherings. Space is limited. The fee is $75. It's
But
limited
look at all
to,
the things you get.
Yeah, you get a CCC check. That is the Cooperative Co-op Creamery.
The Columbia Community Creamery.
There we go. Canvas bag, a rennet, the cheese culture, a cheesecloth, and you'll have enough supplies to make more cheese at home. So you'll take home delicious Bouvre, B-O-V-R-E cheese. Bouvre, I don't know. Cheese, and you're going to have more to be able to make at home. So it's a great deal, $75,
And it's
limited to 10
to
attendees.
Yeah, just 10. So you know that you're going to get some real individual attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With making cheese, I would need individual attention. I'd be like, what am I doing?
So if you don't know, one of the things you get to bring home is rennet, which I had to look it up because to me that actually sounds like it should be a type of fabric, but I know it's not.
No,
Right?
it's
What
not.
is it?
Aren't they little tablets that thicken?
No. Well, maybe I don't know. So rennet is the curdled milk from the. I'm going to read a different description because that one doesn't sound very appetizing.
I don't think it's like making sourdough. It's like you have to, or yogurt. You have to have a, you have to have a start.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no description of that makes it sound appetizing, but it's basically the enzymes to help you make cheese. I will leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the start. Just like you have to have the start, or if you're making kombucha, or if you're making yogurt, you have to have like kombucha. You have the Scooby. So yeah.
And so, and
It's
one
a
other
complex
thing
set of enzymes.
in
There
the
you go.
future that is coming up that we want to touch on is the Chihuahua Arts Guild is having their Joy to the World concert,
Yes.
2 p.m. at the Abundant Life Fellowship on Sunday, December 7th. Tickets are available at Acres, Valley Drug, House of Music in Colville, and online at ChihuahuaArtsGuild.org. And that is a sold-out event every year.
Yeah.
Every year. So, and they've got some wonderful guests. We'll talk about those more as we get closer to it. We just want you to know that the tickets are available and that to start your holiday season. And
that is the day after City Sidewalks, correct? It is, yeah.
Yeah.
City sidewalks.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about that too. We've got so much happening in December that we're going to just spend our whole day each week talking about what's
Amazing
happening.
stuff,
Amazing stuff. Yeah. And so if you have company coming for Christmas, it's going to be a fun time in Chihuahua. Yep.
We are going the other way. We are traveling for the holidays.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're usually homebodies at the holidays, and this year we're gonna
Good
go
for
out
you.
and be out in the big city.
Going to
You're
Seattle.
you're going to Spokane?
No,
Right? We're going to
they're
Spokane,
going
the
to
big
Seattle.
city. No, there's a convention that the kids want to go to, so we're
Yeah.
gonna go to that. And
Yeah.
visit some family while we're there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So there's lots of fun things happening and coming up, and we're just going to keep talking about it every Wednesday, all the local happenings, because this is our local roundup. And then I noticed that every day you talk about the things because there's so much going on in Chihuahua.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
could never shut up about it.
Yeah.
We don't, actually.
We don't actually.
Yeah. How fun is that?
I
Yeah.
love it.
And we were Sharon brought in the Independent today, and she was reminiscing, talking about how the early papers would have events about people's daily lives. So-and-so
Yes.
came to visit.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny Smith got 100% on the spelling bee, you know, the neat local events that were posted. And so I was having fun looking through our current Independent, like with the cross-country team. It was so much fun to go out there on the street and wave everybody on and see everybody going, and the kids were just like, who are all these strangers, you know?
I missed it by like 45 seconds. I ran out on the street and as the fire truck was going by, and I'm like, oh, man.
Well, I clapped extra loud for you, Chuck, and I was like,
thank you.
woohoo!
We were all going to go there, and we got distracted. And
They were talking.
Yeah. The one thing that our current Independent has is the pictures. The old one, and the print was so small that I'm using my glasses, and they just very rarely had pictures. Very rarely.
that's good because I prefer the pictures over the words.
Yeah, yeah. And so we've got all kinds of... The Independent is just... It's not that expensive. It's cheaper than going out to eat to take your family for a full year. I could be their little poster girl talking about it, you know. And they have sections. So, like, we have obituaries. I don't know lots of the people that they write up,
Right.
you know, because they lived somewhere else when they passed. But the obituaries in the 1944 papers were on the front page. And I am amazed how many babies were passing away in the 40s.
So did you recently get a hold of some old copies of newspapers?
I checked. I went down to the Independent and checked out some. They'll let you look at old Independents.
Really?
Yeah. You can request, and they'll let you go into their archives and look at them.
Is it the actual physical copies, or is it on microfiche?
Nope, it's a physical copy.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
yeah.
Do you remember the old microfiche from?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I remember.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the old thing, of course, we have Remember When, which Gino writes, and that's a fun thing. Some people say that's what they read first, and he always tries to put people's names in there that are still around so we can recognize things, and he adds a little extra stuff.
Yeah, the Remember When is one of my favorite sections.
Yeah. And then letters to the editor, I always read those. And the service directory, I enjoy that. I actually read on the record too, you know. I just read the whole paper. The classified ads, if you want to know anything, it's really good.
This is awesome.
I'm just turning the pages as we're looking
I love the Smarty Pants section.
Oh, yeah.
They do such a great job for the kids. I mean, sometimes I'm like, ooh, I want to do the Smarty Pants, and I'll have to take that section and save it or do it myself.
Yeah, and they've had some really interesting things that you could read about. Lots of stuff on the sports, and then this last week, all the pictures from Boo Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
how fun!
Amazing, you know. And you look and you go, okay, I know that person, and I know those, and that says it's from, you know, the Chihuahua schools. But who are those people? You know, because they're dressed so great, and so their costumes so great, you just don't recognize who they are. And look at this, 4 pages of, you know.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah. And so
check out your local paper.
Yeah.
That goes for anyone, anywhere.
And on the back page of this last week's paper, I did not even know we had a robotics team.
Yeah.
And it says they compete in the First Tech Challenge. My son taught robotics when he first started teaching. And so, and that's where I found out about the first Comic Con. I didn't know that it was even happening. And so it's just worth getting the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
And again, that goes all across the country. You know, radio, newspaper, they're sort of yesteryear's mediums, but they are still just as important as ever. Where they're just with information and everything being so easily accessible, sometimes we forget to hold on to the way things used to be, and it's not about holding on to that. It's about sometimes you just need that something in your hand, or you just want to turn your radio on, and
and listen. You're kind of rambling. You're on a tangent.
I am. I'm going to shut up.
Right? I know. I think it's wonderful, the local newspaper, because it's got all the information. So I think sometimes the world is too big, but you can just grab your local paper and see all the cool stuff that's going on. And you can read about people and events and things that are going on that are local to you and interesting to you. And you can focus your attention, on the micro instead of the...
and they're also very good about... I buy subscriptions for some of my children and have them sent to them, and every once in a while I'll say, you need to read the paper this week. Your name is in it.
Oh, fun. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take our break. Our guest is here.
Okay.
Unless there's something else we need to get to?
Nope.
All right. So, we're going to take our break. We're going to listen to some news. We're going to thank our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with our guest today, Mr. Andrew Ross.
Yay.
We're back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to KCHW 102.7, Northern Lights Public Radio. Support for KCHW comes from Thrive Broadband. Thrive Broadband provides fiber internet and phone service to homes and businesses throughout Chewelah. Thrive's fiber network features equal upload and download speeds, supporting streaming, online learning, and business connectivity all at the same time. More information about Thrive's broadband services can be found online at thrivebroadband.com or by phone at 509-935-3500. KCHW would like to thank Thrive Broadband for supporting community radio in Northeast Washington.
The Public News Service Stowe Newscast, November the 12th, 2025. I'm Mike Griffin. The Supreme Court Tuesday extended Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's administrative stay of lower court order that the Trump administration immediately complete payment of full SNAP benefits for November. That from ABC News. They report the decision over the noted sole objection of Justice Jackson herself preserves the status quo as Congress appears on the cusp of ending the record-breaking government shutdown and fully funding SNAP through the fiscal year. Meantime, voting rights groups are hailing a judge's order that overrules the Utah legislature's choice of voting districts, choosing instead a map that doesn't gerrymander the state into 4 safe Republican seats.
In a case pending since 2021, State District Court Judge Diana Gibson ruled the map approved by lawmakers did not align with Utah's natural political geography and electoral conditions. Utah League of Women Voters President Catherine Beal calls it a win for Utah voters.
Made a difference for the voters. It just gives every single voter a voice, and it sends a message to the legislature that they have to represent their constituents, not just the ones they choose. Every single one of them.
The judge's order comes right on a deadline so the new map can be used in 2026 midterm elections. Legislative leaders have vowed to appeal the ruling, but any outcome may not apply until the 2028 elections. Democrats have not won a U.S. House seat in Utah since 2018. Some state Republican legislators are vowing to impeach Judge Gibson after the ruling, and several threats against the judge on social media have been reported since the ruling was announced. For Public News Service, I'm Mark Richardson. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Next, November marks Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Indiana researchers are making breakthroughs that could change how doctors understand and treat the disease.
At the Indiana University School of Medicine, Dr. Jason Meyer says his team is developing brain models grown from stem cells to study how Alzheimer's damages neurons.
We can now, really for the first time over the past few years, get a better understanding of how exactly Alzheimer's disease is affecting brain tissue in a really tightly controlled experimental condition.
Meyer says these models could help scientists identify what triggers Alzheimer's and test new drugs faster. But he adds while the work offers hope, progress takes time and collaboration. Federal funding and private research continue to drive advances in treatment and patient care. Meyer says the burden also extends beyond the lab.
Nearly about 7 million Americans that are living with Alzheimer's disease today, but really, in many respects, that underestimates the number of people that are affected by the disease. So not necessarily have the disease.
I'm Joe Ullery, Indiana News Service.
This is Public News Service. The Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance needs volunteers for its annual Turnip for Hunger event. It happens on Saturday, November the 22nd.
Volunteers will harvest turnips grown by the Alliance at Heifer Ranch in Perryville. The Alliance's Alex Hendrickson says with disruptions to SNAP benefits and other federal cuts, this year's crop is more important than ever.
Pantries have seen more and more use and more of their neighbors needing to have that help. So Turnip for Hunger is a great way to directly help those in your communities that aren't necessarily able to fill out the table for Thanksgiving.
The turnip greens will be given to the Arkansas Food Bank for distribution to pantries and other agencies across the state. Volunteers can register online on the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance website. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And a new report finds Florida's justice system is failing women at nearly every turn, from when they are victims of crime to when they become defendants.
Researchers say the system often overlooked the trauma and abuse that can lead women to commit crimes. Sarah Anderson with the R Street Institute, who co-authored the report, says the issue is critical for Florida, which has one of the highest populations of incarcerated women in the country.
The justice system really fails women at both ends because women quite often meet the system first as a victim of crime and then later as defendants themselves. Their trauma, abuse, economic hardship, and the unique sort of pathways that women take into the criminal justice system that differ from men's are rarely considered in courtrooms.
The report notes that without policies to consider trauma, women who commit crimes under coercion, such as sex trafficking victims forced into prostitution or fraud, face harsh mandatory sentences. Some critics warn that reforms based on trauma could risk undermining accountability for criminal acts. I'm Tremel Gomes.
Finally, 2 Oregon nonprofits have announced they intend to sue Pacific Bioproducts, alleging over 3 years of repeated pollution violations at its Warrenton location.
The facility is owned by Pacific Seafood and produces fish meal, shellfish, and fish oils used in pet food, livestock feed, and aquaculture. George Kimbrell is with the Center for Food Safety, one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit. He says the company's own data shows chlorine discharges reaching over 7,300 times the daily limit as recently as August.
Because the fish are kept in a very confined, unnatural way, they require lots of pesticides, fungicides, and other toxins to keep the fish free of disease in the facility.
This will be the second lawsuit this year against Pacific Seafood following a July lawsuit by the Center for Food Safety and others over Clean Water Act violations at its rainbow trout marketed as steelhead facilities on the eastern Columbia River. That lawsuit is still in its early stages, and the latest suit will be filed in December. I'm Isabel Charlet.
This is Public News Service.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
It's 8:20.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
Programming brought to you by Ryan Moore, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Deer Park, Washington. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Edward Jones is a firm that helps individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals. More information is available at edwardjones.com or by calling 509-276-2974. Edward Jones, member SIPC, with locations in Deer Park and Chewila.
This is KCHW 102.7.
All right now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Round up those horses.
Our Wednesday local roundup.
Yeehaw!
Did I see your cringe? I could feel your cringe from over here.
Yeah.
He's like, what did we get ourselves into?
Oh, boy.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. It is our Wednesday local roundup. We are here with myself, of course, the ever-lovely Sharon Ludwig, the also ever-lovely Paula Randall.
See how I'm an added on that?
Right? No. It's because I'm going Is that counterclockwise? I'm going counterclockwise.
It's early yet. It's okay.
It is. And, of course, we have our very special guest today. We have Andrew Ross and Scott. Say it for me again. Osloxon. Okay. Oh, I don't have your microphone up. There we go. Say that again into the microphone.
Osloxon.
There you go. Scott Osloxon. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Okay,
Thank
sorry.
you.
It's a wonderful name. We're going to get it. I want to hear where that came from because that's a fascinating name. But welcome to the show, guys. Good morning.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
So you guys have recently purchased the Out of View Drive-In, the Alpine Theater, and you've the Barman's building has been in your family for a while, correct?
I bought the Barman's building kind of as a birthday present to myself, a 40th birthday present back in 2021, so a few years.
Okay.
Yep.
That is so cool. Yeah, I need birthday presents from you.
Right? he said a birthday present to himself, Paula.
I know, but I'm just thinking if that's his birthday present to himself, what does he give his family and friends?
They get things that don't cost them a lot of money. Lucky them.
Right? So
right?
I want to hear a little bit about you guys. Now, you're long-term Colville residents, correct?
So I'm actually a Colville native. My dad's side of the family, we homesteaded in the Chewila area back in 1892. So we had a homestead and a big lumber operation about 2 miles north of the golf course, the C.E. Ross, and then the C.E. Ross and Sons lumber operation. And that ran through, I want to say until the 1960s was when the mill finally shut down.
Can you get a little close to the mic? There you go.
So we've been in the area for quite some time. And then my father and mother met up in Colville in the late 70s. And then my mom's side of the family, the Vaugans, they've been around since 40s and 50s.
When you talk about lumber and then you mentioned Vaugans, okay.
Yep, timber on both sides. Sides.
Now the picture becomes clear.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So Scott, how about you? Are you from the area or?
No, I actually grew up in Puyallup, Washington, and then lived in the Seattle area for about 5 years, which is where we met, and then moved back over to Colville with Andrew the beginning of last year.
I love Puyallup. That's such a great little town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure it is.
No, it is really great. It's really grown. I think when I was growing up, they had a population of around 30,000, and now they're up to 80 or 90,000.
Oh, my.
So it's grown.
Yeah.
A lot.
A little different than Colville and Chewila.
Yeah, huge.
When I was younger, I had a little hard times. I had a friend of mine's mom that lived in Puyallup that kind of took me in and put me up in her garden shed and brought me coffee every morning and eggs and bacon. It was wonderful.
Nice.
That's another story, Chuck.
Yeah, right.
Oh, how fun. I love people trying to say Puyallup, just like people trying to say Chewila. Like, my uncle came and visited, and he's from Nebraska originally. He lives in South Hill now. he still cannot say Chihuahua. He's like Chui, Chawil, Chugigwa, and people did that with Puyallup. You could always tell a new newscaster whether they could pronounce, Skykomish and Puyallup and Issaquah, right?
I had to have it broken down from her.
Squim.
Y'all, like y'all, up, Puyallup. Yeah. Exactly.
Close enough.
Right? That's pretty close, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's what I figured. All right, so tell us, I want to hear, let's start with the drive-in theater, the Auto View and the Alpine Theater.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I want to know the story behind that.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun story. So growing up in Colville as a Colville native, I used to go to the Alpine Theater and, of course, to the drive-in once I was a teen all the time. Had tons and tons of fun memories out there. A couple of years ago, I was commenting to Scott. My father knew Steve Wisner through local business and through the Elks. I said, someday I should have my dad talk to Steve, and if he's ever, in the right place to sell those properties, maybe we should pick him up. Well, lo and behold, about 6 months later, we were on vacation and saw that the theater and the drive-in had been put up for sale. So I said, hey, let's see what's going on there, and if we can make the numbers work. Put in an offer. Took us a few months to get things worked out, and took over operations in June of 2024.
Wow.
That is awesome.
No, I actually just want to extend a huge thank you to you because
huge thank you.
I love drive-in theaters. My good friend Joe Wazinski, COVID happened, but we were talking about. He was talking to me about doing a tour of all the drive-ins in the region.
Oh, yeah.
And putting together a little documentary film. The Auto View Drive-In is such a beloved fixture in the area, and when it went up for sale, I would go almost so far as to say some panic.
Yeah.
About are we going to lose this thing? And everyone was speculating. Oh, what if they just turn it into a storage unit, or what if it be mini storage? And it's like.
Yeah, the unfortunate reality is that drive-in theaters, they are a dying breed. At one point, I think we had just over 5,000 in the country, and now we're down to a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to say in the 250-ish range. So they've definitely dried up. The problem is that the real estate in almost every area is so much more valuable as anything except for a drive-in theater.
Right.
They don't pencil out. So it really is truly a labor of love to keep that place going and, put all the revenue that we have back into the place to upgrade it, to improve it, to keep people coming back. If a developer came in, they'd tear it down and put something else up because the land is just worth so much more than it is as a drive-in. We can only operate during the summer months.
Right.
So how do you make that place make money through the winter? You can't. So it really, like I say, it's a labor of love and something that I wanted to keep preserved and keep alive for future generations because it was such a big part of my childhood growing up.
Oh, absolutely.
So do you have people coming from all over? I mean, we're looking at the map here.
Yeah.
We are the only drive-in in the north east corner of Washington.
In eastern Washington.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's one way down here.
On the border. That's, I think,
down in Oregon.
In Oregon,
I don't know if that
Oregon
one's
side.
actually still operating or not. I know that we are the only one east of the Cascades. I believe there's 4 others. I think one of the other ones over there in the Seattle area closed up. So there's only, I think the Skyway is the one that closed. So there's only 4 of them over on the west side of I-5. And then here we are in Colville.
Island.
Yep. Up on Whidbey. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love about going to the drive-in, it's more than just the movie. You watch
it's the
movie,
whole
it's great.
experience.
Yeah, it's a whole
absolutely.
experience. Yeah.
It's being outside. It's watching the kids play in the front. It's seeing the other families come in. It's about trying to find your way to the restrooms in the dark and stumbling. Right? You're like, It's about going to the concessions and
stepping in the what are they? The little critters.
Gopher holes.
The ground squirrels. It's a constant game of whack-a-mole with those. We knock them down and then new ones pop back up and year after year.
I love it.
But yeah, and I love like you said, continuing on that tradition and people bringing their kids. It's such a unique, fun thing that gets carried on now. And
it's a great way to make
really,
memories.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Do people all over, like Spokane, come up for
people from Spokane all the time. We've had people that come from Oregon, people from Montana, people from Alberta.
Wow.
They'll drive from hours and hours away. What a lot of people don't know is that we are happy to have people come out and camp out. I know it's a long drive just to Spokane. Driving from Montana or somewhere, I can't even imagine trying to drive home, especially in the middle of summer. Let's say late June, early July. We can't start movies until dark, obviously, which is sometimes 10 p.m. or a little bit later.
Yeah.
So if we've got a couple 2-hour movies, you're not done watching movies till after 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You're not going to drive home. So we'd love to have people camp out. People bring tents. We've had people come in their campers. especially on Sunday night, which is our carload night, the entire vehicle for just $10. Doesn't matter if there's one person or 20. If you can fit them safely in your car, show up just $10. So if you bring in an RV, spend the night. Have a great time.
That's awesome.
Well, that's kind of like the story of my first night ever at a drive-in theater. I'd never been to one. I'd always been kind of something I'd of course, who wouldn't want to go to a drive-in theater, but I'd never been around one. And my wife and I were on our honeymoon. We went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, and we weren't thinking. We were there for 4th of July weekend, just not to be there for 4th of July. It just happened to be the time we were there, and trying to find a hotel room on 4th of July weekend in one of the biggest tourist areas in the country.
Hey, good luck.
Yeah, no, there was nothing for like a 50-mile radius. But what we did find, we looked in the local paper, and there was an ad for an all-night, what do you call it, quadruple feature?
Oh, yeah. The Dusk to Dawn.
Yeah, four films. The night of, it started July 3rd and went through the morning of July 4th. And that was our hotel room for the night. Man, it was like $7. There was great food.
That's awesome.
Dollar burgers. And what an amazing experience that was. I wouldn't
Right?
trade that experience for the world.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
What a great memory.
And I remember we watched, I still love that movie, the House of Wax. The
that
horror
would have
film.
been great when up on the screen.
The Lindsay Lohan movie of the Love Bug movie.
Oh, sure. Yeah, with Herbie.
Yeah, there was
combo.
There was another one of those like martial arts movies with I can't remember what it was, but and then I think the last one we just kind of that was after bedtime, so we just
right, you were
slept.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. I used to go with my dad in Nebraska, and we would go see the old, King Kong versus Mothra, and I still remember the little Mothra, Mothra, the little, right? The little
Yeah.
And we would go see all the neat black and white, super monster, films. That was awesome. I love drive-in movies.
Outstanding.
I was so excited when we moved here because we only moved here in 2023, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a drive-in here!"
Yep.
So dragging Xander and my husband, I'm like, "We're gonna go!" And of course, now we have a collection of all of the buckets. Like, what do we do with the buckets after? Because we have to get the commemorative buckets.
We display
so we have,
them on our fridge.
Yeah.
Is that because we've got the Minecraft one and we've got the Wicked one and we've got it's like okay. What do we do with these?
Yeah, and the buckets are such a great deal. You come out to the movies, if you come more than once or twice, buy a bucket because you get super cheap refills.
Yeah.
And, you have the memory of that bucket. The movies you went to see. So
you can bring the bucket back?
Oh, absolutely. You bring the bucket back. For the remainder of that season, you get cheap refills. It's basically half price. So the bucket's $15.
Yeah.
For the large buckets, the small bucket's $7.50. To refill the small bucket's only $4.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
And
Large
you get a
bucket's
free
$6.
refill on the day of purchase with your bucket.
Our favorite, we
It's
got
a killer deal.
We got sort of the 3D relief metal Superman one.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
that was a good one. I like that one.
We had some really great ones for Tron. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't great and the weather wasn't too great, so we've still got some Tron buckets left. They're the really cool arcades from the new Tron movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got to check those out.
So are the buckets just at the drive-in, or do you have them at
Drive-in
Alpine?
and the Alpine?
Oh.
And if you buy a bucket at either location, you can bring it back to either location for the cheap refills.
Wow.
And of course,
awesome.
And of course, unlike the drive-in, the Alpine is open year-round.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And we are really excited for some of the movies coming up. Right now, we're showing Predator Badlands. It's been a ton of fun. We've had
that
a
looks
great
really good.
crowd for that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming up in a couple weeks, we have probably the most anticipated film of the year, Wicked for Good.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a special event on the 20th, Thursday the 20th, a single showing only at 11 a.m. It's going to be the Wicked and the Wicked for Good double feature. It's put out by the studios with a built-in intermission.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long event. I want to say it's about 5.5 hours, but it's going to be just a fantastic time.
Wow.
Oh,
that is amazing. I can't
sounds
believe
like
I
fun.
won't be here.
And so do you have to get advance tickets, or do you just stand in line for
Show
some of
up and buy tickets there at the door.
Oh.
We have thought about going to advance tickets, doing some online ticketing, but the cost for that, I would have to pass that cost on to our viewers. I don't want to do that. So we want to keep our costs low, keep everything affordable for families to come out and have a great time. So we don't have any online ticketing. It's just there at the box office.
Yeah.
And how much are tickets? So what would this be?
$10.
Oh, you guys are so good.
And I will say another thing I appreciate, aside from keeping the stuff open, is you guys do a lot of stuff for the community, and it seems like you. Sometimes it seems more like you're interested in doing community stuff than making money.
It feels that way. It feels that way sometimes, but our community is worth it. That's why we're in business here in this community, because we really enjoy being in the area and serving the community that we're a part of.
Yeah. Which brings me to the Barman's building.
I want to talk a little bit about the
double feature.
No, the theater still.
Yeah.
The Alpine.
The Alpine. Yeah. The name. I'm having a trouble with
She's
my
having a
brain
morning.
today.
More coffee.
So, do you know the history? How long has it been in business?
Yeah, so the Alpine Theater was built in 1936. The brothers, I'm blanking on their last name, they were in the theater business, and I believe they might have operated another theater in the area. We don't have a clear picture on their background, but they built the Alpine in 1936. It opened in 1937. We actually found up in the attic some really cool memorabilia from the opening event from the 1930s.
Oh, wow.
We found some old ticket stubs from when the Alpine hosted Gone with the Wind. And we actually found, probably my favorite, the old playbill from Snow White. And I think I want to say it was an RKO release where they actually have the paperwork detailing their contractual obligations with the studio and then the hand-colored
And of course, those are in like UV protectant, archival quality shadow boxes, right? Hanging on the walls now.
They will be when funds allow,
or in a safe deposit box somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how
I've
cool.
been doing some research with the local Independent. They have newspapers back to 1903 when they started, and I've been researching in the 1944 and 45, and the Alpine Theater every single week has a list of their movies, talks about the stars that are in the movies, and they have quite a little article every single week.
Yeah, well,
that's
so
incredible.
that's why I wondered, how, here in 44 they were still the same name and still showing movies. So that's just a fun.
Well, and to stay on the history subject of the auto view. I've had multiple conversations with the gentleman that recently retired that you bought the building from. Fascinating guy, really just an absolute sweetheart of a guy.
Yep, Steve Wisner, he's a great guy.
Yeah, just a man. You start talking about drive-ins, and he will. You better park yourself for a minute, because man, you don't mind listening to him. He tells a great story.
The incredible amount of history and knowledge that he has. It was almost overwhelming to hear all the things that he has done, and just the sheer amount of info that he provided us about not just the Autoview drive-in, but just drive-in theaters in general. He worked for his grandfather many, many years ago. That's where he got his first job. I want to say it was like 12 or 13, rewiring speakers at a drive-in theater.
Yeah.
So he's been in that industry for pretty much his entire life. So the amount of knowledge that he has, I could only hope to absorb a portion of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he owned the place for quite a few years before you guys.
So his family moved to the area and bought both the Alpine and the Autoview in 1974. So the family had owned it for a full 50 years before we took it over in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So and again, thank you guys for opening that. That's
Oh
just,
my gosh,
keeping that open.
Oh, yeah.
That's just incredible. The sigh of relief across the region.
Yeah, when we heard that you were going to keep it open.
Someone bought the theater that's going to keep it open.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was a lot of concern about we cannot, people were powerless to do anything about it, but just really crossing our fingers that stayed alive. So
if there's any way that I can keep that place alive long after I'm gone, that's my goal. One of the biggest problems facing many drive-in theaters, and ours especially, is light pollution. It's, we have to show movies after dark because we're outdoors. We don't have a way to darken things.
Right.
So keeping that area as dark as possible is very important to us. We're hoping to find ways that we can work with the county and try to keep that area free of light pollution. And then if there's any way that I can keep that land dedicated as a drive-in theater, my hope is that it's there 100 years from now, showing movies to the next several generations.
Wouldn't that be
absolutely.
cool?
Yeah, fun.
It would be great to see across the country that more drive-ins pop up.
Yeah.
But you don't see a lot of you just most of the have you heard of any new drive-ins opening up recently?
I've not heard of any brand new drive-ins.
Only in Florida. There's a huge amount of drive-ins in Florida, and we go to a theater convention and have met multiple other drive-in owners.
Yeah.
And in Florida, they can stay open year-round, so the economics work out a bit better than here.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, when I was in Tucson, they were trying really hard to open a drive-in. I'm trying to see if they actually opened.
And I've had discussions with my dad. So my dad grew up in the 50s and 60s in L.A., and he used to tell stories about drive-in movie theaters that would have multiple theaters. So you would go and you would park in this lot for this movie or this lot for this movie, and it would just be these great big like megaplexes of parking lots and screens, and one side of the screen would be showing one movie, and the other side of the screen would be showing another movie, and
yeah, there's a lot of twins, and most twins actually had a face-to-face layout. There's 2 different screens, and in the center was the snack bar and the projection house. Build one building, and it serves both screens, firing in opposite directions. If you had the land, you could do that with a triple. Once you get to 4 screens, you kind of have to do 2 of the twins.
Right.
And most of the multi-screen operations were either a twin or a fourplex, just because that's the way that it worked out the best with land use to do 2 screens face to face.
Oh wow! Wow.
Unfortunately, we don't have that opportunity up there where we're located. We're kind of constrained by both the highway and the railroad tracks right behind us. There's no great way to put in a second screen. We've thought about it. And if we could do that someday, it'd be so much fun to have additional movies out there. But
that would be cool. I mean, and given that pretty much any given Friday night, that place is pretty packed.
Yep.
That's got to be a good feeling, though, to take this over, and you got to feel the love back from the community.
Oh, absolutely.
With the
absolutely.
amount of attendance you guys get for it.
Yep. We've had some great events. Was it Moana that was our busy weekend?
It was Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
We had a line all the way down the Autoview Road and then backed up on the highway all the way back to our screen. It was a huge
That was since we took it over, that was our first ever sellout. We had 235 cars, and there was literally nowhere else to put a single car in the theater. We had to keep the roads open, of course, for emergency egress. But cars were parked everywhere you could imagine. The employee parking was taken over. There was literally nowhere else to pack a car, so we told people, just park down the road, and your friends and family are already in here, so just walk in and have a good time with them. It was an absolute blast of an event.
Well, I know the last film we went there, it was it was Superman and something else was playing with it. Do you remember what that was that was playing with Superman?
I'd have to go back and look at the records. We show so many movies at both locations.
I was going to say, remember every movie you ever played.
Jumbles together.
It was another sci-fi movie, but we got there a little bit early, and we usually we tend to get things a little bit late, right as the movie's about to start. But man, we got there extra early this day. We wanted to make sure, because we knew it was going to be busy. We were parked on the highway, like on the shoulder of the road on the highway, waiting just to turn into the Autoview Drive,
Yep.
And it was just kind of
worth it.
It was worth it. It was
It
just
was
kind
awesome,
of a fun
yeah.
experience because everyone, in the road was having fun, and everyone was kind of being really polite, letting everybody in. Everybody understood the situation,
Right, and I have to say, I love that you're doing this. So a couple of the movies, you have characters walking around. And so that is so cool because you're like looking for the characters. Like, somebody going to be walking around? And then like you don't see them, and then they show up, and you're like, oh my gosh! And it's so fun. So I love that you guys do that and make it not even, it's bigger than 3D. It's like your life, and you get to do selfies and.
Yeah, last year when we had Beetlejuice, I dressed up as the ghost with the most, and it was so much fun going out. Kind of lost my voice talking in the Michael Keaton raspy voice. I don't know how he does that, but went out and took selfies with. I couldn't even tell you how many people. Everyone was just super thrilled to see Beetlejuice there in person, and of course, being one of my favorite films, I loved it. It was so much fun.
Right.
That's incredible.
I'm so excited. Joe says hi from Belize.
And you do.
Joe.
I want to move on to the other topics, but we could do a week of shows just talking about drive-in movie theaters.
I know, right?
But you guys do other events there too, right? And people can rent the space, rent the area, and do other
so
other events.
both the Alpine and the Autoview are available for private rentals. The Autoview, we do have to show studio films Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it's challenging to do stuff during our normal summertime operations on those 3 days because we do have those studio obligations. Otherwise, any other night of the week, we can do stuff. We've also had concerts out there.
Yeah.
There's one of the free community concerts that gets put on. There's the Northwest Film Festival that we host out there. Yep. Super excited to see that again.
With Joe, who just said hi.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So I have to say, because I can't think of anything that would be cooler than watching like White Christmas on the big screen outside in the winter, right? In your car looking up with that hot cocoa or cider. So is that like even a possibility? Is it the roads are not safe? Is it
It's not outside the realm of possibility, but there are several logistical challenges. The first one is that our building was built in 1953, and it's a cinder block building that wasn't intended for year-round use, and so we don't have insulation or heaters in the bathrooms. We have to winterize those. I just did that yesterday, actually. So in the winter, we wouldn't have any restroom facilities. We'd have to bring in outhouses. Certainly something that could be done, but it's just a hoop that we have to jump through.
Right.
Well, I would imagine the exhaust, everybody would have to have their cars running for the heaters.
That's the other part. We would have to go out there and make sure that people are spaced. Each vehicle is spaced probably 15, 20 feet away from other vehicles, so you're not breathing in carbon monoxide and other exhaust fumes during the shows. And for that reason, it's just a little bit challenging and not something that we've really explored deeply, just because it would be a very costly event to do for probably a 1 or 2 time thing per year.
Right.
This is where my electric car bias is shown, because I totally forgot about the car exhaust. I'm like, that would be great sitting in my nice little warm vehicle.
Yep.
One of the upgrades we want to do is eventually put in chargers for EV vehicles.
Oh, awesome.
Because we do get a handful, and they always come in to rent radios. And
So having a couple charging stations. We also want to do some pull-through spots for RVs. Right now we don't have any hookups. We tell people we're happy to give them some potable water if they need, but we don't have a gray water, black water dump. We don't have any electrical hookups. But for those folks that do come in their RV and want to camp for a night or maybe 2 or 3 nights, we'd love to have a spot for them. So keep an eye out. We're hoping to do that in the next couple of years.
Very cool.
No, there's on the way there's that big parking lot that I see some people, they park and gather, wait for their friends, or they'll all get in one car.
Yep.
Is that part of the theater, or is that
that's not part of ours? I believe that's county property.
Okay.
We just kind of call it the gravel pit parking lot.
Yeah.
And like you say, that's where a lot of people, if the line is super long, the line backs up along Ottoview Road.
Right.
They'll actually go into the gravel pit and kind of loop around. So it's just overflow parking or overflow waiting area.
Yeah.
For people to come in.
Yeah, I like that.
So.
All right, so we've spent a lot of time talking about the drive-in, which again we could keep talking about, but let's move on to Barman's, and we're going to talk about the Thanksgiving parade coming up too.
Absolutely. So a little bit of history on the building. Like I say, I purchased the building in 2021. Being a Colville native, I went to that building all the time as a kid in the 90s, 80s, and 90s when Jeannie Acorn had her version of Barman's in there. It was just a ton of fun to go in and see the old building, see the history. I'm a big buff for old antiques and stuff. I moved away for a while and thought, someday I would love to have that building just to make sure it's preserved. It really is the heart of Colville. It's right there in the center of downtown. It is the oldest and tallest building in town. It's just such a fantastic spot. So when the opportunity came up a few years ago to purchase the building, I took a look at it, said, hey, the numbers, we can make them work. Let's find a way to put this deal together. Worked with Lori Simpson, who is Jeannie's daughter, put a deal together and picked up that building, like I say, basically as a birthday present in July of 2021.
Wow.
That is awesome.
So you reopened the Barman store, which is beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have to say, while the building is my passion, Barman's the store, that is entirely the vision and the creation of my fiance Scott. It's due to his hard work and his vision that Barman's is what it is today.
Awesome. Scott, you've done a wonderful job. It's gorgeous. It reminds me of when you walk in. It reminds me of like being a kid and walking into those old, that you've totally got the vibe down of those old vintagey Christmas stores right now.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love Christmas, so we did a huge display. I worked in the gift and home industry for the last 10 years over on the coast, and was hoping to bring that to Colville, and it finally happened. We're really excited. The community's been a huge support, and so we're looking forward to continuing providing that support to the community, and really excited about the holiday parade.
Absolutely.
Well, so if I can interrupt, so Scott, what do you have? I'm sorry, I just beat me up later. I have not been in Barman's, and I have a vague understanding of where it is. Obviously, I live in Chewila, and Colville is so far away.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going to the theater, I'm not in Colville. So where is Barman's, and what is in Barman's?
Barman's is located at 230 South Main Street.
But where is that? Like, give me a reference. Or how far from the Alpine? Because I know where that is, and I know where the Chinese restaurant is, and that's kind of it.
It's south a block from the Chinese restaurant, 2 blocks from the theater, and across the street.
Okay. All right.
So when you're driving into Colville and you come up the hill towards what used to be the stoplight, and Chase Bank is there on the corner, we're about a half block north of that on the left side. There's a enormous brick building. You literally can't miss this building.
Right,
enormous
like I know
brick
I've
building.
seen it.
There's a great big sign, says Barman's.
Yeah, the sign is probably about 10
Right?
feet tall and 30 feet wide, has Barman's painted on the side of the building.
How have I missed that? Like, I don't remember seeing... I don't remember seeing the sign.
Clean your windshield.
Valid. Totally valid. Okay, I'll clean my windshield and drive back up.
And that building and stuff. Again, thank you for the tour of the building the other day. That was incredible.
So much history in there.
I love old buildings, and I love
space.
knowing the stories behind them. So
Chuck,
got a ton of
you
history.
didn't invite your co-hosts.
I was
going to
say, you did that tour and you left us out of it.
That's
he
right.
came back talking about that tour. Literally, he's been talking about it for like weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool, and he took me up, and we got to go in the freight elevator, and he told me we got to go all these different places. It's like,
yeah,
it was
really.
impromptu. I wasn't even expecting that, so thank you.
Oh, come on up. As Andrew was joking earlier, he likes to talk, so he'll be more than welcome to show you guys.
Just try and shut me up.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, there's a lot of history in that building, and you were talking about the old courthouse that was upstairs.
Yes, the Stevens County Courthouse, the original building that was a wood frame building. When they tore that down to build the current building that was built in the 1930s, they moved Superior Court for a period of time into the building is actually known as the Rickey Block. Barman's has been there for a number of years, but the Rickey Block is the actual building name as it was built. So they moved Superior Court into the Rickey Block up on the third floor. There's a bit of history in our building. In the back hallway, there's a big board that Jeannie Acorn put together with all sorts of different newspaper articles and everything about the building. And there's actually a pretty cool article in there about this trial, this infamous trial that took place up on the third floor. And apparently the defendant attempted suicide, and it was a whole big scandal. So come up and check it out. I would do a disservice to the story trying to paraphrase it. So come up and read it on the board that she put together.
Definitely. And then
you could charge for tours and do group tours. I would pay.
I'm going to send you an invoice.
Okay,
haunted.
perfect.
We could do, is it haunted? Is there could we do a haunted tour, Barman's?
Well, I could dress up as Beetlejuice and haunt it.
See? Okay, but the holidays are coming up, and your retail, I want to know what I can get at Barman's. Like what specialty stuff?
Everything your little heart desires.
Well,
and
see,
then some.
I'm looking at Scott. I'm like, what does that mean? Because my heart it's pretty big. Just saying.
So we have a lot of seasonal decor. We have 5 different trees set up in the store with different themes. And then we have a kids section with stuffed animals, books, hats and gloves, and kind of a women's accessory area, scarves, soaps. We carry Bagolini. And then we have a gourmet food section, which has a chocolate counter, so half of it is fudge and half of it is truffles.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right there you hit our heart.
I have to say, I want to let you know, so we got some fudge and some truffles from you guys last time, and they got,
truffles?
Yeah.
Handmade truffles. They are
he did
too
not,
tasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, you're in trouble now.
I think we got the Grand Marnier truffles, and then there were some other peanut butter fudge truffles that we got. Was it peanut butter fudge? I don't remember. Oh no, it was Bailey's. We got the Bailey's and the Grand Marnier, I think.
Tasty.
Yeah, we have 12 different flavors of
Yeah,
truffles, and we have 15 flavors of fudge usually. We've sold quite a bit, so we're a little low right now, but should be restocking this week.
But we got the fudge, and we've got our little snack area that on one of the cabinets where we put everything, and sometimes things get buried or lost. And last night,
you buried the fudge?
Yeah, we buried one of
How could you bury
3/4
fudge?
of one of the pieces of fudge we got.
What?
And pulled it out last night, and my wife was like, "Oh, good, that fudge is still over there. Give me that fudge." And I'm like, "That fudge is 2 weeks old. It's not any good." And we pulled it out, and it was as good as it was the day we bought it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was incredible. I was blown away. I'm like, "How is this still good?" But yeah, it was delicious. So,
and
I'll
he
say
didn't
from
bring
experience, it lasts for a long time.
Yeah,
I
it
may
does.
have stashed some away for personal private use and still snacking on it.
No, I noticed none of that chocolate made its way into the station, Chuck.
no, it did not. That is a very astute observation.
He does
didn't
not
take it.
think of his co-hosts.
Oh my god!
I might have to tack on a discourteous surcharge to his Barman's Tour invoice.
Right?
Yeah, got to take care of these
Yes.
ladies, Chuck.
Pre-bill me for a couple more pieces of fudge that we'll bring in here and share.
Oh my gosh, truffles! Oh, do you have the chocolate cordials?
We don't have those yet, but we
Yeah.
may get
Oh
some.
my gosh, nobody
If-
has those. Those
If there
are
was a place to get like the homemade cherry cordials instead of the cheap ones you get in the box,
Yeah.
He literally won't be able to sell them because I'll be eating all of them.
right?
I promise you.
I mean,
So
not,
is
not
it
that
just-
I won't sit there and eat a whole box
Yeah.
of the ones in the box, but
So is the store just one floor, your retail store? Or
It is currently. It takes up probably roughly 60% of the ground floor, and then our neighbor's Milk House Market have moved into the other portion of the ground floor.
Yeah, so when we decided to open Barman's, I talked to Scott about what the store should look like, kind of how we should merchandise a store, what the layout should be, and we agreed that having just Barman's on the entire ground floor, one, it didn't allow us to have any sort of additional revenue, and two, it meant that we would be the only business in that space, and it's such a vibrant building, and it really thrives on people. We thought, hey, let's get some other folks in here, people that may not come into Barman's, but they can come into another business in this building.
Yeah, that makes
and really,
sense.
like I say, because that building is the heart of Colville, it has a soul, but it needs people to be a part of that. So the more people that come through those doors, the better. With that in mind, we decided to kind of carve up the space a little bit, change the layout of that ground floor, and add a second business in there. We've leased that out to the Milk House Market, and they have been absolutely fantastic partners and tenants in there. They bring in so many customers, and quite honestly, it's a fantastic location for them being in that building. And their vibe, their decor, their aesthetic just goes so well with what our building is, with the old brick architecture, the 14-foot soaring ceilings. They've done a great job of decorating their space as well.
It does
so we're
feel
really excited to have them
feels
in
kind
there.
of seamless. It just
Yeah,
feels
it really
like one
is.
store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two entrances from Main Street, so we each have our own front door, and then in the back we share a combined hallway and a single entrance off the alley, so that folks that can park in the back parking lot, they can just walk right into the store. They don't have to walk around the entire block.
Oh yeah, and then they catch that beautiful history display on the way in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it used to have a fountain, didn't it? A soda fountain?
Years
yeah,
ago.
it looks like, yeah.
Do you still have that? Or?
No, unfortunately, when Jeannie Acorn closed down her business, they held an auction. I want to say she shut down the business around 2012 and then had the auction 2018-ish.
Listen, they closed in 2017.
17, okay. When I was out of town, I wasn't living here, so unfortunately I missed out on the auction, didn't have a chance to pick up any of the furnishings. We have actually located one of the old antique display cases, and that was actually donated by a gentleman that lived out on Aladdin Road earlier this year before we opened the store. So we're in the process of restoring that old antique display case. And me being an antique collector, not a hoarder, I have found, there's a fine distinction there, I have found many other antique pieces that we've used to outfit the store and use those for the retail displays.
And those giant nutcrackers.
So the nutcrackers, that was a gift to Scott a couple of years ago. He is a Christmas fanatic. I'm more of a Halloween guy.
Scott, we have
Shocker.
to talk.
We actually were at Costco, and I saw these giant nutcrackers, and I was like, well, I didn't know that we needed these, but we obviously do.
Right?
And then he didn't know it, but I may have secretly picked up a few of those, and we've had them out in front of the store every year since we bought the building in 2021. And the community just loves seeing them out there. Everybody that has walked past has commented how cool it is to see those nutcrackers. We've had some Christmas trees set up inside the last few years just to add a little bit more holiday cheer to the downtown. Now that we're open for business, we're going to have, for the holiday parade, we're going to have the doors open for people to come in, have some free hot cider. Just love to get people in there and having a good time in downtown.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And this is the building, right?
That is the building you're looking at. Yep. So that's the Rickey Block. It was built in 1892 on the foundation of a building that was previously there for, I want to say, about 5 years. That original building was blown up to stop a fire that was in a building next door. They literally blew it up with dynamite, stopped the fire, kept it from spreading through downtown. But then when John Rickey rebuilt the building, he had so much demand. It was originally going to be a 2-story building on the original foundation. He built it wider, so he extended the store by about 40% and then built it up a whole another story. So that's the building that we have today, is the one that was built in 1892 to that larger size.
Okay, and I see 3 entrances. Do you still have 3 entrances? Where do they go?
There's 2 entrances. One on the north goes into Barman's. That's 230 South Main. The south entrance is at 238 South Main. That middle door, that has been closed for as long as I can remember. Since I was a child, that's been closed. That was originally one of the main entrances into the building and actually led to a staircase that went straight up to the second floor. That staircase was removed in the 1940s when Barman's did their major remodel, completely reconfigured the inside of the store, took out all the interior walls on the second floor and the ground floor. So that's been closed for quite some time.
The Barman's department store, and the whole store was a department store, and then they had another location down the street where the gym is on Heritage Court, where they sold clothing.
Very interesting. Google needs to update their Street View.
And do you have? I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you have other plans for the upstairs of the building that you want to share?
We do.
That you're
and
allowed
again,
to share with people?
I could talk for hours and hours on this. The short-term plan for the next 5 years is to have Barman's and Milkhouse Market in there. We're really excited for everything that we've done so far and to keep that going for a while.
Mm-hmm.
In the next 5 years, I'm working with my architect, my engineer, on the longer-term plans, which is to do a boutique hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So Barman's will stay
I
a
was
part
just
of
going to
that.
say, yes, I have like an Airbnb or like really cool hotel space up there.
Yeah, so we'd looked originally at doing maybe some apartments or condos up on the second and third floor, and that just didn't pencil out. And plus, it wasn't quite the use that we wanted to have for the building. Just have 5 or 10 or 15 people utilizing that space. That wasn't right. Like I say, that building, it needs people in it. So thinking about what does Colville need? Colville needs a boutique destination hotel. Think like the Davenport in Spokane, but a little bit smaller in scale. Of course, we don't have quite the landmass that they do. A little bit smaller in scale, but still very high-end furnishings, old antique, big soaring ceilings, 12-foot ceilings. Absolutely. So the top 2 floors will become hotel rooms. We're thinking probably around 22 to 25 rooms, just depending on how we can play Tetris. We have to reconfigure everything, remove the existing staircase, put in 2 staircases for current code, remove the existing freight elevator, put in a passenger conveyance elevator, again, to bring it up to current codes, replace all of the windows with a steel frame window, but we're going to be keeping the existing window frame openings. So we're not going to add any new windows. The building will keep the same look that it's always had, just with the upgraded, the fire-rated windows and everything. The ground floor will be a hotel lobby. We're going to have a restaurant tenant in there with a bar. The back section of the building, when they built that in the 1950s, they did an incredible job of it, and it's very, very stout. So the back section currently is just a rooftop. It will support the live load needed to have a rooftop patio. So our hope is that we can have a patio up there. Yeah. So have a patio up there to take your dinner, take your drinks, go sit up there and watch the sunset over Mingo Mountain, Monumental Mountain.
Oh, how
it's going to be a blast. So that's 5+ years down the line.
Just put out hypothetical money that I'm dreaming up that you have. An outdoor glass elevator where you can see Colville as you go up through the store.
Sure. Absolutely.
And up to the rooftop lounge.
I'll just go pluck a few dollars off my money tree that I have.
Right?
Let me call my good buddy Wonka.
Exactly.
Right.
Get your golden ticket.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
We are running late already for our show.
No, but we have to talk about the parade.
Exactly. So our listeners out there, you're welcome. We're going to go a little bit late today. And if you guys are okay with hanging out for a few more minutes.
Would love to.
I really want to talk about the Thanksgiving parade you guys have coming up.
So the parade, Scott had this idea to host a Barman's Parade, something that apparently had been done many, many years ago. We're probably talking 50, 60 years ago at least, since the last time they did the parade. But the Barman's Holiday Parade is kind of our envisioning of what the Macy's Day Parade would be, but in Colville.
Right.
We want to do it the day after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is a holiday to spend time with your friends and family, not to go out, not to be in town, not to do shopping and that other stuff.
Right.
But the day after, Black Friday, it's kind of a traditional shopping day for a lot of people. We want to give people a reason to stay home in Colville, spend time with your friends and family. Don't go to Spokane for the 5 a.m. $50 TV doorbuster nonsense. Stay home and have a good time. And if you're going to shop locally in Colville. The local merchants, we all need your support. We need your business, so shop locally. Exactly. And here's an event, a reason to stay home. So the parade's going to start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to start from 2nd Avenue in Main and come south on Main Street. It'll end up there in front of Barman's. The final float in the parade is going to be Santa Claus on the fire truck. He's going to walk over then after the end of the parade, light up the big live Christmas tree that's being erected by Jeff Pitts and Chris DiPaolo in partnership with the Chamber of Commerce. We'll be lighting up that tree. Santa will come back over to Barman's where he's going to do photos with kids in the old antique sleigh that we have. Wow. So we're going to have free cider there. A couple other local businesses are going to have their doors open for hot cocoa and coffee and everything. It's going to be a great time. We're super excited about it.
But do you have reindeer?
I may have a reindeer kind of like Max from The Grinch.
Oh,
a little Cocker Spaniel with an antler on his head.
You're not going to do a running of the reindeer like the running of the bulls in Spain? No?
I'll let you get out there with the flag and wave it for me.
Right?
Yeah.
We do have local reindeer. I mean, not like local to Chihuahua, here, but there are reindeer here in Reardon.
Oh, that'd be fun. Fun.
That was actually a thing part of the... there was a big event every year in Anchorage, Alaska that growing up with where they actually did the running of the reindeer.
Wow.
And it was always a fun sort of anticlimactic thing because they let the reindeer loose. There's dozens of reindeer. And they just kind of wander along.
Waddle along.
They might lick the snow a little bit.
Yeah.
You can walk up and pet them. Yeah.
But are you going to
Maybe-
have like
maybe
a
next year
band?
we'll do
Is there a band that's going to be in the parade?
Oh my goodness, we are
Who all
super
is-
excited.
Yeah.
I can't name all the different groups. There's not enough time to go through everything, but we've got some fantastic folks joining us. We're hoping to have the Colville High School band. We might have the middle school marching band. We've got some different sports groups, cheerleaders and wrestlers. We've got a couple of our local businesses. Super excited to have Vogel Pump and Supply, Colville Toyota, Country Chevrolet. We've got a few banks that are interested in joining us. So many businesses that have expressed interest, and some other groups. We're going to have
Do you need a
Fair
local
Realty.
Do you need a local community radio station in your parade?
I think we need a couple of them.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
Good.
yeah, I'd love to have you up there. Yep.
Are they
Also,
like
we're
floats and everything?
yes, floats. We're open to organization and businesses from Chewelah to Kettle Falls to join the holiday parade. I'd really love if this was like a county event in Colville.
And what time is that again? And what day is that again?
The parade's going to be the day after Thanksgiving, Friday the 28th of November. So Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. The parade's going to start at 3 p.m. We anticipate the parade will end around 4 to 4:30 p.m., and that'll culminate, like I mentioned, with the lighting of the live tree there in downtown. We'll also have live music there at the store at Barman's on our old antique grand piano. We're hoping to have some carolers out front as well. And like Scott mentioned, we would love if everyone from around the surrounding area could come and join us. The parade's in Colville, but it's not a Colville exclusive event. This is all about community and friends and family.
And how do you get a hold of you guys to sign up to be a part of the parade?
If you want to be part of the parade, the best way is to email us. You can email scott@barmans1887.com or andrew@rossacres.com. I'll give my information to you, Chuck, and you can send that out via email to any of your listeners that want to call in or email in. My phone number is 509-280-8582. Hit me up with any questions or comments you have. Happy to answer anything. And if you guys want to be a part of our parade, would love to have you guys join.
Or you can probably always stop in the store.
Absolutely. Stop in the store. We do have some sign-up forms there. We have flyers if you guys want to take and post flyers. Love to have you.
And then will you have the parade route posted so that we don't stand on the wrong corner?
Yeah.
Yes. We have a map that shows the parade route. And like I say, it's pretty simple. It's a relatively short parade. Given the time of year, we don't want people to stand around outside and freeze to death. So the parade's going to be on Main Street. It's going to start on 2nd Avenue and come south to Birch Avenue.
Okay.
Outstanding. And just really quick, just a personal curiosity, do you know how long that piano is? Because that is the largest piano I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is a fantastic old piano. It's a Decker & Sons. It's a 9-foot concert grand piano. We believe it was built in 1869 based on the serial number.
Wow.
Yeah. Super exciting. We've had Wyatt Hurst come in and do a bit of work on it, make sure it's in perfect tune. We've also had Andrew Page, one of our local pianists. He's come in and played several times for us, done live music. It just sounds so fantastic having that piano there in the building. It really just fills the space.
Oh, I can imagine. Physically and probably acoustically. Well, that if there's nothing more to talk about the parade, I think that's we're
I could go on forever, but I don't want to bore your listeners. So
I don't think anybody's bored.
anybody's going to be bored. This is exciting.
I would love to, before we're going to put this out here right now, before the drive-in theater opens up for the spring, I'd love to welcome you guys back again. Maybe talk about, I'm sure you're going to be doing a lot of brainstorming over the winter and have new things to talk about.
Yep, hoping for some fun events. One of the big things out there, we want to give people more time to hang out with their family, so we're going to be putting in a little playground area. I'll tell you more about that in the spring.
Oh, how
outstanding.
How fun.
All right, well, if there's any other things you'd like to let us know, words of wisdom, anything you want to let the listeners know out there before we head out of here, that'd be great.
Hey, we're just super excited to be here with you guys. It's been a ton of fun today. Just want to say, shop local, support your local businesses, come in and see us at Barman's. We're excited to see you guys for the parade.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything from you, Scott? I don't mean to put you on the
last spot. Thank you guys for having us. And we do so many community events because if we don't support our community, they won't support us. So we're really thankful for all the support we've had from everyone that lives locally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say no as a complete answer, but then you gave me a beautiful answer. So
yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. Looking forward to having you back again. Again, appreciate everything you've been doing. Appreciate you listeners out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. Make sure to check out the Chewelah.events calendar for all the things happening, as well as what is it?
We have to get the parade on the calendar.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Hang up for a minute. We'll make sure you guys get on the community calendar.
We'll do it
because we need to get that on there.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you guys so much out there for listening and tuning in to the morning show right here on KCHW 102.7. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, have a great one.